I think that's a big thing for veterans when they get out is finding something, finding a purpose. It doesn't matter what that purpose is, but finding something that's a purpose for you. And I think that's where veteran groups sometimes go a bit off, especially with younger veterans, is like, you can offer as many arts and craft classes as you want, but you're not going to get a 21-year-old dude that's been med discharged from infantry to come along to that. Like, if you run a jiu-jitsu class or have a powerlifting club where you're like blasting music and lifting weights and screaming at each other and you're around a group of like-minded people that are all sort of, going in the one direction, and you can put a physical aspect on that and it's like, exert yourself, like you're going to, do a lot for people. So
yeah, 100%. That whole clinical fucking direction that all the veteran organizations goes does my head in. Like, fucking keep your voices down, don't swear, fucking
that's like the opposite of what you really need. Like
you're literally taking warfighters and putting them into a white coat atmosphere and telling them to fucking behave and be nice to each other and censor their speech and like, fuck off. Like, know your fucking audience.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and I think that's been a repetitive thing actually. I remember even coming back from Afghan and like the first introduction we had to a psychologist, she's like, "So engineers, you guys just do construction, right?" And I remember someone was just like, "You just lost everyone in this room." But yeah, I think the army does that, or Defense Force does that really poorly as well, where like they've got these dudes and they're like, "Oh, we'll treat them the exact same way as we treat, like, I've got this 23-year-old dude that's in infantry that's just like a hard charging, like goes out in the piss on the weekend, like, all that, man's man. And I'm going to treat his mental health the exact same way as I'm going to treat a 16-year-old girl in high school. I'm going to be nice and calm and sweet and soft. I'm going to approach that way, like, and give them lots of space and lots of time to rest and things like that. But we're pretty much, you need to just like tell that guy, like, that he needs to find a purpose and get him in the gym and get him, like into something that's going to give him some purpose and some satisfaction and like, challenge him. And he's probably going to, do that with a smile on his face.
Yeah, 100%.